My name is Davin Abraham, and this is the assignment submission for the Art of the Interview Part 1 for Mr. Diamond's class, Period 4. And I'm interviewing Shannon Anderson today. Shannon, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I brought you here today because you interned for Mrs. Doria, correct?
Correct.
Great. And so I wanted to do a story about her compost initiative. Just, I wanted to see the involvement of the students, how this initiative can positively impact our environment, and just the importance of why we need the program. So, my first question is, what brought you to join this internship for Mrs. Doria?
So I thought it was very interesting because what we do is it actually all the food waste that we compose, it turns into soil. So I kind of wanted to learn more about that. So and be more involved with the school. So I thought that was very interesting.
Okay, and what do you do as an intern for her?
So what we do is we go outside, kind of by like the garden area, and we compost. So we pick up 3 shovels, like we shovel 3 things of compost waste, and then 3 things of wood chips, and we put it into the rocket. And so we press a button, and the day later it turns into like soil later on, and then we keep doing that day by day.
All right, this is your major, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so what did you find interesting about this internship?
I found it like I found it to be very very interesting because it kind of taught me a lot of responsibilities because we have to keep on top of everything that we do and how many scoops we do. So
Okay, so what would you tell somebody who's interested in starting their own compost or interested in joining Mrs. Doria's thing?
I would say you have to be on top of everything. I would say you have to really want it, and I would say that I mean if you have to be very responsible with it.
All right, and so being a part of it, why do you think this is important for us to do?
I think it's important because it teaches being involved in something. It teaches to work with people and teaches communication when working with people. And I think it's just a good experience overall, especially when going into the real world and going into college as well, and having this as your background.
Okay, and so this compost converter, is that what it's called?
Yes.
The rocket.
Yes.
It's a compost converter.
Yes.
I was curious, how much food waste do you put in the rocket?
Uh, Typically like a day, like 3 scoops a day.
So like like 3 trash bags in that
So we have like a trash can, and we'll just scoop up 3 scoops of it and put it into the rocket.
Okay. What does the rocket look like on the inside? Have you been able to?
Actually, we haven't looked on the inside yet.
No. So like, what happens? So like, do you know like the whole process that happens when you put the food waste in the rocket?
I know when we put with the wood chips and the food waste, I know when we press the green button, so it makes like a noise, and what it does is once it gets to like a little bit like to the top, that's when all the soil is compressed and put into like I think it's like a bag on the bottom of the rocket.
Okay. Now, a lot of people have said, right, do good and good will come back to you, right? And a lot of it too is like, there is a sort of fulfillment, right, that you get with reducing, reusing, and recycling all kinds of things. And have you received any kind of fulfillment from doing this initiative?
I have, yes, I would say I have. I feel making this into something better, using this waste that we just throw out and using it to make it something better, like soil for plants and everything. It's really good.
Right. So, I mean, did you ever think about the fact that you're basically using food to make more food?
I haven't thought of it like that actually. I thought of it like when we were making the soil. I think about actually I think about when we make more plants and compose more, and it just compose more food for the world. I feel so.
Well, what are you growing out there?
Um, well, in the garden area, she has a lot of tomatoes. I know she grows a lot of tomatoes, and she grows another like fruit, but I don't really know what it's called. But she has a lot of like things out in the garden.
Okay. Crap, how many how many interns does Miss Doria have for her thing?
So for each period, she has about three interns.
Oh, who are the interns?
So in my period, it's Alex and Mason Castillo.
All right, cool. So all in all, I just wanted to ask you, being part of this internship, right? Would you say it's worth it?
I would say it's worth it, yes.
Well, like, what were your first thoughts on this?
I would say it was very, like I said before, very interesting and very involving, I would say.
All right. Well, thank you for having us here. Thank you for the interview. It was great
Thank
having you
you.
here.
Thank you.
All right. This is Davin Abraham, and I'm signing off. Thank you.